If you love home and decor just like us, visit Stack Store now to refresh your home.
Living in this space that is very open, raw and earthy, right? I think it's really added to the quality of life actually. Generally, when we're at home, we feel very relaxed. So much that we don't even want to go out anymore.
My name is Nicholas and I work in the creative and media industry.
My name is Jessica and I also work in the media industry.
It's quite a big space. It's 1,443 square feet. It's a 2-bedroom, ground floor resale unit in the north-ish side of Singapore. We were looking for a unit for about a year before we saw this one. We were looking for either a ground floor unit or a penthouse because we were quite keen on having like a sizable outdoor space. Because it's an older condo, it's quite a big space. The layout makes a lot more sense compared to some of the newer developments that we saw, and we saw the potential like straight away. The brief that we put out was really very inspired by Sergey Makhno. It was a contemporary Eastern European meets Wabi-Sabi. At the same time, we also recognized the limitations. This was kind of like a middle ground or evolution of our original brief.
We're very okay with things that were imperfect. We really liked textures, we really liked things that were raw. That was really the main focus, so we sourced our stuff all over.
We wanted a space that really connected from room to room and from area to area. When you first enter into the space, you first see like the dining area, which is also one of the sells when we bought the place. The both of us, we like hosting people, our friends. A good dining space was quite important for us. From there, you'll see that there's an open concept kitchen directly across the dining space. The kitchen was quite sizable in its original condition, but it was enclosed. So we opened that up, but that also meant that, because we do some heavy cooking, we needed to invest in a better kitchen hood. Because I like to cook, I really needed a functional kitchen. So a lot of thought went into the kitchen to not just make it look aesthetically pleasing, but it needs to make sense as well in terms of the workflow of how you would typically prepare larger meals. So when you first look at the kitchen space, I think one of the things that stands out is the arch kitchen entryway. I was thinking, how can we make it a bit more interesting? What they did was they fabricated a custom mold and then they mounted it onto the arch underneath, and then they plastered the whole thing over before doing the micro cement. One of the key features of the living room is that we have that custom ledge which serves as dining bench at the dining area, but it also extends in a single piece into the living area as the TV console as well. So we like that it's kept quite clean and minimal. So during the hacking process, our ID discovered that we had this beam that was above the main window area. I think we saw that, it's quite an aesthetic finish underneath. We were quite happy with how it blends with the rest of the house as well. So the outdoor area in its original condition was not great, but I saw the potential straight away because it was quite a squarish layout. What we had done was we tiled over most of the floor outside, and instead of going with like typical large format tiles, we went with a broken tile, which I really like. We also fabricated custom shelving for the plants. There you will see there's an automated misting system. It goes off every hour.
For the common bathroom, the first thing you'll notice is that the entire bathroom is micro-cemented. That was a decision that was made both for functionality and aesthetics. Something interesting is that both the sink and the shelf was actually bought off the rack, and then we micro-cemented over. So I think that helped us to keep costs low, but actually still make the place look nice.
We needed to have a study because we both do work from home. I work from home quite a lot. It was important for me to have a conducive workspace at home, and I'm quite particular about my workstation, how it's set up and stuff like that. Another idea from our IDs that we quite liked was that we don't have many doors. You'll see that a lot of the entryways between spaces, we just have a curtain there. So that's the case for the study and the master bedroom. And then entering the master bedroom, I think the comment that we've gotten the most that, wow, Bali vibes kind of thing, even though that wasn't the original intention.
And of course, you have the open concept bathroom. I think it makes the space look much bigger. We also included this glass sliding door that helps to contain things within.
So I wanted a double vanity sink. It's quite an interesting design that was proposed by our ID where it's different heights, which I love. I think ultimately at the end of the day, you just sort of need to be very clear when designing your space about what your lifestyle is going to be like and what you want out of the space.
Thanks for staying till the end. If you'd like to connect with the designer of this home, visit the link in the description below and find out how you can receive a complimentary $500 Stexto voucher.